Just a week ago, some parishioners and I had the privilege of going on a trip to Austria and Switzerland. I wanted to go to some place to just experience the beauty of nature, the gift that God had given to the world. And I surely was not disappointed. None of us were. Instead, we were in awe the whole time we were there. Just in beautiful, beautiful countries. The people were friendly. It was just a gift to all of us, especially when we took 3 cable cars and went up onto the Alps. We were 11,000 feet above sea level, and you're surrounded by all of these mountaintops that are covered with snow. It was such a beautiful experience, and to recognize that this is a gift from our Heavenly Father. And I do believe that our Father was waiting for us to discover it. And as we discovered it and we're rejoicing in it and expressing gratitude for it, our Heavenly Father delighted in our being right there in this gift that He had prepared for us. But there was something even more moving to me than the beauty that was all around us. We had the privilege in the last few days to be at this very small chapel for Mass. And there was a plaque in the chapel, and it said that in 1520, the Swiss government, during the time of the Reformation, the Swiss government banned all Catholic Masses. All Catholic liturgies were banned. Churches were completely closed. That was in 1520. In 1846, there was a group of people who were traveling through Switzerland, and they protested because they wanted to go to Catholic Masses. And they presented themselves and defended their faith, so much to the point that the government gave in and actually changed their policy and allowed Catholic Masses to be celebrated in Switzerland again. For more than 300 years, people were not able to experience the beauty of our Catholic liturgies. 300 years. But with these people who love their Catholic faith, standing up for the faith, everything changed. Churches were reopened, Catholic churches were reopened, and new Catholic communities were born again. All of that because people were committed to their faith and not ashamed to stand up for it. Our readings today are about standing up for the faith, standing up for the truth. Paul, in our first reading, he knows he's never going to see this community again in Ephesus. He knows that his life is coming to an end. And so it's with great sadness as he's saying goodbye to this community. But he's telling them that they need to stand up for Jesus Christ. They need to defend the faith that was so important to them. And to recognize there are going to be people who are going to stand up against you. People who are going to come in and try to pull the community apart. And you need to do something about that. Paul shared with them that he gave his whole being, day and night, to help people in their faith. And he commands this community of leaders, now you need to do this. They're so sad that Paul is leaving them, but he commissioned them to go forward. And they did. And the church grew. All of that because Paul was committed to living in truth. Where did he get that? Where did those pilgrims who are going through Switzerland, where did they get that commitment to truth? Obviously, it's through Jesus. Jesus prays in the gospel today for people to live in faith. He prays for his friends, those right in front of him, and all of us this morning. Jesus was praying for us that we would live in truth. He recognized that the community, that early church community, they were going to experience hardship. And Jesus asked the Father to help them so that they don't get caught up in the things of this world, to live in the world but not of the world. But the last line of today's gospel says it all. That they may be that they may be consecrated in the truth. Committed to live their faith life every day. And that's for us this morning. That's our calling. To live in truth. To not be ashamed to practice our faith publicly. Like if you go with your family or friends to a restaurant, say grace. Be a witness for Christ there in that restaurant. And when someone that you know is having a difficult time, tell them, I'm going to pray for you today. Tell them, and then pray for them that day. We need to be committed to our faith every day. And when you know someone's struggling, encourage them to get to church if they can. I believe that Jesus was praying for the apostles and praying for us in today's gospel, praying that we would stay committed to this beautiful faith of ours. Imagine what had happened in Switzerland if those people who were traveling through never made an uproar. There might not be Catholic churches in Switzerland today, but they loved their faith. They committed themselves to sharing that faith. And that's now our call today. Let us commit ourselves today and every day to be consecrated in truth.